Hey, legends in the making. You're tuned to WWE Uncovered, bringing WWE to your screen daily. Hit that bell and let's start. For most fans, it started like any other day, until Liv Morgan posted a simple, innocent-looking Instagram story. A cup of morning coffee, natural lighting, nothing unusual at first glance. But fans immediately noticed something else in the background. What looked like a pregnancy test lying on the edge of her kitchen counter. The image spread across social media within minutes. Wrestling fans began speculating wildly, connecting dots, and asking questions the internet wasn't ready for. Liv didn't directly confirm anything, but the timing and the visual sent shockwaves through the entire community. And instead of letting the speculation fade, Liv leaned into the moment with a follow-up message. Some people need to take responsibility. The truth always comes out. For added fuel, she tagged Dominik Mysterio, then deleted it seconds later. But the internet never forgets, and screenshots moved faster than any official statement ever could. Dominik responds, and fans lose their minds. Everyone waited for Dominik's response, expecting either a quiet no comment or a carefully worded PR-approved line. Instead, he went straight to Twitter with a blunt denial, insisting he had never been involved with Liv beyond work. He called the rumors false and fabricated, emphasizing that he wouldn't address anything further. But the biggest shock came when he followed up minutes later, making it sound like Liv was intentionally creating drama. His posts instantly divided the community. Some felt he was protecting himself and his family. Others believed he was escalating things unnecessarily. Either way, the responses poured gasoline on a fire that was already out of control. Liv Morgan fires back with receipts. Liv didn't stay silent. Within hours, she posted a series of Instagram stories that suggested her version of the story was very different. She shared screenshots of private conversations, including messages that looked emotional and personal, implying a connection that went beyond co-workers. Fans also saw a picture from what appeared to be a hotel room with both of them visible, the timestamp lining up with a recent SmackDown weekend. The most talked-about post was an audio clip where a man, who fans claim sounds like Dominik, expressed conflicted feelings and frustration about balancing personal life and work. Whether the clip was real or taken out of context, the internet didn't wait for confirmation. The wrestling community erupted into debate, instantly creating factions, some supporting Dominik, some backing Liv, and others convinced the entire thing might be a storyline. The mysterious silence of Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, always vocal and always quick to respond to anything involving Dominik, suddenly went completely silent. No tweets, no Instagram stories, no subtle likes, nothing. And that silence became its own headline. Reports started circulating that Rhea had been seen at WWE headquarters, possibly in meetings regarding upcoming plans or personal time away. Some insiders claimed she was simply staying professional. Others speculated she was frustrated by how big the situation had become. Her silence raised more questions than answers. Why wasn't she reacting? What did she know? And what was happening behind closed doors? The internet splits into three massive camps. Within 24 hours, fans organized themselves into three major groups. The first group defended Dominik, suggesting he was being dragged into something he never signed up for. They believed Liv's posts were out of context or misunderstood. The second group insisted Liv was standing up for herself and sharing the truth after feeling dismissed. They believed she wouldn't post anything unless she felt cornered. The third group, the most chaotic, believed the entire situation was a carefully designed WWE storyline. They pointed out that social media drama often spikes right before major events, and that the company has blurred reality and fiction before. These debates didn't stay small. They dominated X, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and even mainstream entertainment sites that don't normally cover wrestling stories. WWE scrambles behind the scenes. WWE insiders claim the company was blindsided by how quickly everything spiraled. Executives reportedly held multiple internal meetings, trying to figure out how to contain the situation without damaging current storylines. Dominik and Rhea are central parts of the Judgment Day, and Liv has been heavily featured in recent angles. Any major issue involving them could disrupt months of future plans. While the company didn't release a statement, sources say officials quietly advised talent to avoid commenting publicly and to refrain from adding fuel to the fire. There were even reports that WWE's legal team reached out to accounts spreading unverified information, hoping to slow down the chaos. Could WWE turn this into a storyline? As wild as it sounds, several insiders believe WWE might eventually incorporate elements of the situation into television. Historically, the company has a track record of turning real-life tension into on-screen drama, sometimes controversially. But the company would need to be extremely careful. This situation involves personal feelings, emotional reactions, and fan speculation, unlike anything seen in recent years. Using it on screen could create massive ratings, but it could also be seen as insensitive or risky. It all depends on how the real-life situation develops. Industry sources reveal a complicated backstory. Behind the online arguments, several backstage sources painted a more layered picture. According to them, the bond between Dominik and Liv reportedly grew earlier in the year during international tours where their schedules aligned. Conversations became longer, lines blurred, and emotions got complicated. The situation allegedly became difficult to manage once storylines intensified and personal lives became harder to separate from work schedules. These sources suggest the tension didn't start with the Instagram post. It started months ago, but stayed quiet because both wrestlers wanted privacy. If true, it explains the emotional reactions from both sides and why the public fallout escalated so quickly. The larger issue: wrestling, privacy, and public pressure. This situation has triggered conversations far beyond the three wrestlers involved. The modern wrestling world is a blend of social media, entertainment, and real life. Fans analyze everything, often treating performers' personal lives as part of the show, even when they aren't. The lines between private and public have blurred so much that any personal moment can unintentionally become headline news. This raises major questions about how companies like WWE protect their talent from becoming the center of social media storms. It also raises questions about how wrestlers navigate relationships that overlap with storylines and fan expectations. What happens next? Nobody knows how this story ends. Dominik may eventually choose to clarify his earlier statements. Liv may provide more context or decide to step away from the public conversation. Rhea may break her silence and reshape the entire narrative. WWE may address the matter directly or let time calm things down. What's clear is that this situation has become one of the most talked about off-screen moments in recent wrestling history. Fans will continue debating, speculating, and analyzing every new development. But the real resolution will come from the people at the center of it. Final thoughts. Whether you support Dominik, Liv, Rhea, or simply want clarity, one thing is undeniable. This has been one of the most dramatic, unpredictable, and emotionally charged moments in recent wrestling culture. It highlights how quickly a private issue can become a global talking point, and how challenging it is for performers to separate their personal truths from the narratives fans build around them. Whatever comes next is bound to reshape not only the careers involved, but how the industry handles personal matters in the spotlight moving forward.